this on the computer recording. So it's one of the happiest moment to welcome all the top rankers of surgical gastroenterology, especially rank 1, rank 2, rank 3 is actually missing, rank 4. Dr. Abid, welcome, Dr. Abid. Welcome, Dr. Pradesh. Welcome, Dr. Eunice. This is just a casual interview. There is no serious thing. So I want to tell. I ask a few questions. You can one by one you can answer. Dr. Abid, when did you finish your MS?
Sir, I completed my MS in 2018.
2018. Okay.
But I started preparing in 2019. After 1 year, I got to know that I need to go towards gastrosurgery.
That's great. Okay.
Yeah.
So you started preparing for you are preparing just a few questions because the students will understand you have been preparing for 2 years. Okay, am I correct?
Yes, sir. 2 years.
You have been preparing for 2 years. Okay, and that's great. Dr. Pratish, how many years you are preparing? When did you complete your course?
Sir, I finished my MS in July 2021.
Okay.
And this was my first
July
attempt.
2021. Only 6 months.
Yes, sir.
That's great. That's great to hear, Pratish. Nice. You are from which place? Actually, I know Abid is from Jammu Kashmir. You are from?
Yes.
Sir, I'm basically from Mysore. I did my MBBS from Mysore Medical College.
Okay.
And then for MS, I moved to Delhi to do it from Maulana Azad Medical College.
That's great. Pratish, that's great. And Dr. Eunice, you are from, when did you complete your MS and when did you join here?
Sir, I am from Jammu and Kashmir.
So both of you know very well before, na?
Yeah, not before, but I used to learn from my juniors about Abid.
Okay, you are his junior. Okay, you are is junior or who is senior among you?
Actually, I have completed my MS in 2015.
Oh, that's great. You have acquired after 6 years of preparation. So that is the point. First point I want to bring here is years is not a bar. You can get a rank in 6 months. You can get a rank in 3 years. You can get a rank in 6 years also. You are the 3 standing examples in front. So the hard work and persistence is most important. That is the first thing I want to tell to the students who are preparing. So age or years of preparation is not a bar. That's the first answer from the 3 of you. That's a great thing.
I want to add one point here. Actually, I did not start preparing just after my this MS. I started preparing like in 2020.
20. Okay, that's great. No, that is actually very important. No, because after 5 years of break in studies, going to sit and prepare for it after 5 years, it's a big task. You will have so much of doubt whether we can sit or not like that. So let us second thing is I wanted to know what are the materials you prepared. Dr. Abid, what materials did you prepare for this?
So when I started preparing, I went with the Shackleford first. I got it through and through. Then in the Sebastian, I had read a few times during my MS. Then brushing up the things more. When you study Shackleford, then you go back to Sebastian. Then it feels that Sebastian has everything, and then Sebastian you get good feeling in studying Sebastian.
You attended the Sebastian update class from our institute. That was useful, very useful.
Yeah, and then recently this year when it changed, the edition got changed. So then, as you started at the right time, I think the first team to start the Sebastian update. So I attended that, and then studying the next edition of the Sebastian was quite easy because I already knew by your classes that where I have to hit, where the changes are. Then Bailey you cannot skip, that is for there. Bailey is to be done line by line. So Bailey, Shackleford, and Sebastian. Then small portions from Blumgart.
You didn't read skin to skin Blumgart. Selected portions you read. That's great, Abid. So Dr. Pratish, what are the books you read for NEET SS preparation?
Sir, NEET SS preparation sort of overlapped with my MS exam.
Okay.
For MS, I was reading Bailey and Sebastian, and this is one underappreciated book, but it is one of my favorites, which is Fisher's Mastery of Surgery.
Yeah.
I read that throughout 3 years of my residency, and it is a very practical book and has a lot of theory concepts also. And I saw a lot of questions from AIMS exam as well as few in NEET, where easy because I had read those books. So this would be one thing that I'd like to suggest, that when people say what operative book you want to read, I will obviously consider Fisher to be one of the best books. I love that book. Apart from that, last year, after COVID lockdown happened, that was the time when I decided, let me start a little bit of MCH preparation. So I started reading Shackleford at that time, and I was able to do one reading in 2020.
Okay.
After that, because of my MS exam, I kept Shackelford aside. I did not read that. And after finishing exam, I read Shackelford another time. And this was also the time during my MS, while transitioning from 20, I was reading 20th edition for the last 3 years. And then this year, 21st edition also came. So during my MS exam, I was reading chapters from 20th edition and immediately reading the same chapter from 21st edition to understand the differences, which were the new points. And I was reading on my iPad. So I then used to take screenshot of the extra points that were there in the 21st edition. And then after finishing MS exam and during the last 5 to 6 months, I revised those points and I solved surgery sixer book in the last three months. So that helped me. Apart from that, the RRM notes also.
You attended the class in Delhi, na? Delhi
class. Yes, sir. In 2021 January session, I attended.
In mid of COVID, we conducted a session there. You attended.
Yeah, and that was a very inspiring class. That was the time when I realized that preparation has to be a little more dedicated.
Okay.
And it was really helpful, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Prashish. Thank you. Dr. Yunis, what are the materials you prepared, boss? You are like me because I also got MCH after 6 years. After finishing my MS in 2007, I got my MCH in 2012. So I am seeing you in front of me.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Like I started in 2020. At the time, I was in Saudi Arabia. Okay. I think if you remember, I messaged you from there. Like, how should I go? So since it was 5 years gap, I started with the basic videos like your surgery sixer app.
Okay.
Indispensable material. Like I thought I was sitting in the MBBS class and watching all the concepts precisely and in a very like nice message. Then when I came back in June 2020, I came back to India. Then I think I started with like it was a binge reading because exam was in September. It was binge reading all. I did Sebastian GI part. I did Shackelford. Like nobody believes me. I completed Shackelford cover to cover during that time. And Bloom got selected topics. Then like in 2020 I got 294 rank. So because I was not like revising properly. And this year, then after that exam, it was a streamlined preparation. Like I started with Sebastian, the Bailey general part. Since I had read Sebastian GI and Shackelford, so I skipped GI from the Bailey. And Bloomgart, I had noted these highlighted points, and these PPTs. And the videos, I actually absolutely magnificent. Like Dr. Santosh. Yours esophagus and colorectal, like nothing like that. It completes Shackelford, important points from Bloomgart, Sebastian, and even Bailey. Like it does not miss anything at all. And one mention about Dr. Roggle's pediatric surgery. Like we got 22 questions from pediatric surgery.
You have cracked the pediatric surgery because of Rahul. I was thinking about Rahul only when the question came because I was also writing the exam. No, when I sat the exam first 40 questions, I thought, what is this 40 questions? Am I writing wrongly the pediatric surgery paper? Because continuously it's a pediatric surgery question, 30 questions. Yeah, I was seeing the next person sitting near me, whether he's also having the same question. Yes, he's also having the same question. Because it's a very close. No, I saw everyone can see side by. He's also having the same question. It's very difficult. I don't know how you guys got this much high marks because full of pediatric surgery. I got 270 marks in this exam. just for fun, I came for the exam. Usually I write exams to get the questions. So I came for the exam to know the question pattern and all. I got 270 marks. So you guys got extraordinary mark. It's a very extraordinary mark. I was wondering how you guys got this much score above 300 and all. Thank you, Ines. Dr. Abhita, what do you think? What advice you want to give to the freshers or the juniors who are going to prepare in future? This is the last question because I usually the interview session should be short. If it is big, no, people will not watch it. So we have to complete it within 10 to 15 minutes. With your advice to.
The thing is, sir, first of all, you need to believe in yourself. And then once you start preparing, don't limit yourself that you are going to crack it this time only. You need to clear your concepts and go thoroughly about the subject. Then if it is then around the corner, you may not get it in the first attempt, but if you are going with the systematically about the subject, studying it properly, making up your concepts, then it is around the corner and you're going to crack it. So just, it is around the corner. You are there to just join. So the thing is, and you need to, one more thing is you need to prepare whatever you study, you need to make notes of every important thing. The tables, classifications, because you need to keep them for the last couple of days. Otherwise, we ought to make mistakes when these scoring kind of things. You have to calculate scores, other things. So even if you have studied it 1 month back, you may forget it. So you have to keep these things noted. Then test series and mock tests and watching videos. Of course, your videos. I have watched many videos, and it was really treat to watch them. The good thing about the videos is that if you are going to study a topic and it takes you 4 or 5 hours to study it by yourself, you may get that topic within an hour from the video, and next time you study it from the book, it will be very easy and you will understand it beautifully. That is the thing to go about it, I think, sir. As far as I am concerned, it may be true for me, may not be true for others, but that is how I.
When you are a topper, what you say is the golden rule. What you say has to be followed, because there are thousands of students who will be watching this video. They will follow what you three guys are going to tell, because it's not like I'm not taking an interview from a person who's getting 250 or 300 rank. It is an interview from a person. Why I made all three together, because I wanted to show the different kind of people from different place, how they prepared and how they got. So everyone will have an idea. So people who are preparing, they will catch essential points from you. One point I got from you now is extraordinary point is notes. You prepare your own notes, that is going to help you in the last minute. Because when I was preparing also, for 2 years, I could not get a rank because I used to get depressed in the last 10 days. I don't know what to read in the last 15 days. I'll get depressed. So that notes which we have, when we start having, we'll get a confidence. It will be like a booster. When we take the notes and read, we'll get a booster of energy. So that is definitely, I think that has played a very important role for you, Abid, because notes taking is most important thing, because we usually never take notes when we become super specialty people. So I think you have made a good job. Thank you so much. Dr. Pradesh, what's your motivation and advice for the juniors and your friends who are preparing for the exam?
My first point will be is that all of the aspirants have to mentally accept the fact that it will be an exhaustive journey. So they should have the most difficult thought in the mind that it will be a very difficult process. Anything above that, if they get it in the first attempt, it's like they got, it'll be like cherry on cake. So first, mental preparation to be strong, that it will require very persistent and consistent effort. Other than that, of course, like Sars also said, revision is a very important aspect. You may have covered a book end to end 1 year back, but it is of no use if you have not revised it in the preceding few days of the exam. So revision is very important. And when you're solving previous question is also very important. That gives you sort of an insight into the examiner's mind as to what are the topics that they like to ask from. Because GI surgery, majority of the time, be it INISS or NEET, hepatobiliary is one of the favorite topics. Luminal questions sometimes are neglected, but when it comes to cross-sectional imaging, hepatobiliary is the most favorite aspect. So I did that because I kept that section of revision towards the end. In the last 10 to 15 days, I revised those things. Then, so developing a strategy as to what has to be kept just few days before the exam, that is important. Coming to notes, I am not someone who makes notes. I have always believed in reading from textbooks, but I know, like,
no, Radish, I understood you are very high tech because you are advanced. You are just like that telling. I took a screenshot from iPad and I highlighted. I don't know how you will do that. iPad, because that's you are recent. I think you are an updated guy. We are all old guys. That is another method. No, some people will take.
Yes. That is what I was getting to. Like 95% of the people believe in the power of notes, I am sure. And I have seen it working in a lot of people. I had my immediate seniors, Dr. Viraj Panda, Dr. Haresh and all, who are from AMC and got into AIMS during the last session. They've been my inspiration and I've seen them preparing through notes and all. So I'm not saying it does not work. Of course it works. So it is, what I'm implying is that every person has to identify their own strategy and try to work based on that. Collect the top. Yeah. So what works for one person may not work for the other. So they have to spend a little time on that to understand what works for them, what is the method that they can grasp very easily, and then stick to that. And of course, they can modify the strategies whenever they are finding some sort of inconvenience. But revision is the key, and that is the go. And of course, at least during residency, during the 3 years of PG, being clinically involved, it's not only about grasping theoretical knowledge. Clinically involved in ward work, managing complications of surgeries, and being involved with radiologists in discussing CTs and MRIs, that will help them get a little bit of extra edge above other people. At least that's what I went through in my 3 years of residency. So it helps.
Very important, because this year we can see at least 10 images of MR, CP, CT, everything was asked. So definitely,
Yes,
as a surgical gastroenterologist, you should have extra edge towards the radiology part of view. So it's a good idea that the surgery aspirants, surgery residents should go and discuss CT scan images with the MRCP images with the radiologist there. Thank you, Pradesh. Thank you for the excellent points. Dr. Yunis, sir, please tell me, sir, your ideas related to this preparation for the students' motivation.
Already been somewhat beautiful by Abid and Pradesh.
Yes, yes.
I would like to add, there is no shortcut to success, number one. Number two, revision is the key. Like as Pradesh already said, you have to keep things for the last day. Like you tend to get lost in the chaos of this all material. Then you make one base book, then add on notes from the other books. So that, I think that is the central idea. You go on adding so that you can revise it multiple times till the exam day. And imaging like as we had almost 10 to 12 questions from Bloomgart, straight away from Bloomgart.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Yunis, sir. It's an excellent idea. So it's a very nice discussion with you all guys, because I am sorry for wasting your time, because you all will be busy with the settlement. In few weeks you have to join the college, so you will be packing up and you will be ending up in the last process. Last question for all of you: how many of you have got married, committed, and about to marry? You, Abid, you are married?
Yeah, sir. I last year got married,
so your marriage life doesn't disturb anything in your preparation?
Actually, sir, your partner needs to be a lot strong. I would like to thank her. She helped me a lot and supported me because I had to move out of my place. I had to move to Delhi to get because last year when I didn't get a rank, so I was sort of depressed that I didn't make it. So I had to make some changes. I had to leave my place because with family it is difficult to study. So I had to come to Delhi and start preparing. So she supported in that. I think
very important, because if they are not supporting, we cannot prepare here. So we will be always thinking about them. Thank you. So, Dr. Pradesh, you are married?
No, sir. So
you are a most eligible bachelor. So, Dr. Yunis, sir, you have?
I'm married. I have 2 kids.
So you are the most full family man. You will have more difficulty because your kids will not allow you to study. They will all the time say, "Papa, please come, we'll play," like that. They will keep on calling you.
My kid used to come to me, "Papa, don't do this ABC business. I'll come and let's play." But I would like to say my family has been my motivation. Family acts as a buffer. Like you tend to get taken aback by this preparation, all these, you get one mock test gets bad, you get depressed. So, but family is the buffer. Like my family, my wife, my kids, my mother and father, they have been my inspiration.
That's great, Yunis. You have exactly told the correct point, because most important. So you would have now thought why sir has put all the 4 together as an interview, because I wanted to know the different types of personality, different type of people who get ranks. So you 3 are totally different, totally 3 different people, one married, one not married, one man with a full family. So there is no barrier in the preparation. So nobody can tell an excuse. That's the purpose of this interview, is there is no excuse for getting a seat. So you cannot tell, sir, I married only 1 year, so I'm unable to prepare. Sir, I have kids, I don't prepare. Sir, I am searching for my marriage, so I'm unable to prepare. None of this can be answered, because you have 3 eyes. I've shown clearly nothing is a barrier to get a top 1, 2, 3, 4, any rank. You can easily crack the rank. So I thank you guys. Your real motivation. This video will be saved in my YouTube and will be shared by all the students. Anything last one line, if you want to tell to the juniors, we will complete the thing. Thank you so much, Abid. Thank you, Pratish. Thank you, Yunis. Anything you want to tell, you please tell. Yeah, Abid, you want to tell anything last to the student, to the juniors?
Thank you, sir. I would like to say, just believe in yourself and keep working. You will be rewarded.
Super. Thank you, Abid. Pradesh, anything else you want to tell?
Yes. In addition to what sir just said, I like to add one thing. Yes. For all the people who are aspiring, please do not bang your head around controversial questions.
Yes.
controversial questions will remain controversial throughout. So there's no
Throughout.
point wasting time on that. So this is one thing. Of course, this is an advice that I got, and I would like to propagate that further.
That's true, Pratish. Thank you. Yunish sir, any last line for the people?
For juniors or even the seniors, this, the seat is around the corner. You have to believe in yourself.
Yes.
You have to persevere. You have to keep it moving. The seat will definitely come. Not this year, then next year.
Definitely, when I come to Delhi, I have to meet you, Yunish. I have to meet all of you three. I think most of you will be there in Delhi only. So when we come for next session, we will invite you for the classroom itself for a direct motivation to the students. Thank you so much, guys. So thank you so much for this extraordinary session. So I will share all these videos to you all, so you can also use in your friends. Thank you. Thank you for giving your time for RRM's Next Institute and for Dr. Dale's online platform. So thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, sir.
Thank you. Just, you can stay one second. I will be stopping.